Just to remind everybody, the sales start at 1:30 this afternoon with the Shorthorns, followed by the Maines and the Keys. Ahead of the sales, you can check out all of these cattle in the barn just east of the show rings.
The bull that came out of class number 1 was a single entry class here. Here's one that's got some length of body, got some size and scale to him. He's got some length of neck to him out here. When we compare him to some of the other bulls out here, maybe one that gets a little flatter in his shoulder, maybe one that gets a little flatter in his rib cage, gives up some of the overall performance and meat and muscling. In comparison to some of the other bulls out here, he's a little greener in his condition out here. We'd like to stout him up just a little bit, give him a little bit more feedability to go ahead and compete with these other bulls in this particular lineup. The one that comes out of that second class, I think when we look at this one out here and we see how he covers the ground, I think he does so with maybe just a little bit more structural correctness. I think he does so with a little bit more structural integrity out here. You like the looks of this particular bull. When you look at this bull out here, nice enough neck, good and stout in his head and the jaw features out here, gives you some shape and performance down his top line. A big-ended type of an individual. Doesn't disappoint you when we get back and look at his scrotal circumference out here. I think he does a good enough job getting out and moving off both ends of his skeleton out here. Gives you a little bit of performance and feedability in that particular bull. The bull that comes out of that last class out here, he wasn't the best looking thing that we had out here. I keep in mind the big picture out here. We've got to turn those animals out. If we just go ahead and pick animals all day long on just what they look like and didn't care how they moved and walked around the ring out here, we wouldn't have to worry about how they walk because they simply wouldn't. I think this one does a good job of putting everything in a more positive forward motion in comparison to the one that came in second in that particular class. He gives up some of that look up through that front end about his head and neck out here. Here's one that has some balance and design to him. When we look at him down his top line, he's attractively designed through his hip. He's got enough performance when we get behind this particular individual. He's got enough meat and muscling out here. I think when we keep in mind how these individuals move, and then you look at that phenotypically, how they match up in this particular scenario out here, I think there's one bull out here that gives me that overall kind of a package out here. We're going to go ahead and use that bull out of class number 2. He'll be our champion.
So your grand champion, maintainer bull, comes out of lot 9 from Bremer Show Steers.